Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to Business. Deputy Minister of Finance, Kweku Kwating, has called on local and foreign investors not to exploit the current tax exemption regime. There's been some concerns that government is being shortchanged by foreign firms that apply for tax exemptions. At the second CEO's breakfast meeting, Kweku Kwating stated that some new provisions will be made to deal with the situation.
Government will by the end of 2019 present to Parliament a new tax exemption bill which will seek to scrutinize all exemptions granted with the aim of saving the state from losing revenues due it. Speaking to Joy Business at the sideline of the second CEO's breakfast meeting, Deputy Finance Minister Kweku Kwating gave more details on this move.
Exemptions, if not checked as a policy, becomes a drain on government revenue, in which case government will not have enough money to keep stable fiscals, with a result that inflation drops, the exchange rate deteriorates, and it goes back to hurt business. So I think on this there are no real disputes.
Partner and Director of Tax Services at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Abeku Jan Kwanta, has been explaining to Joy Business the need for more prudence and value for money in Ghana's tax exemption regime.
We should be asking ourselves as a society is whether after 24 years we need to keep it in the form in which it was passed 24 years ago. So if government says there ought to be some modification, then I do agree that there should be some modification, but only after convincing the public that there are indeed reasons for those modifications. So if you would recall, I did say during the presentation that, look, if you keep mentioning the fact that exemptions are a problem, mind you don't just grant those exemptions without having some expectations.
The CEO's breakfast meeting was themed assessing the tax exemptions regime in Ghana.
The Ministry of Trade and Industry is assuring micro, small-scale businesses and entrepreneurs in Ghana the full support of government as it implements the Continental Free Trade Agreement. Director of the Multilateral and Regional Trade at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, Maxine Opoku, made the disclosure after addressing some entrepreneurs at the Stakeholders Forum on the Continental Free Trade Agreement organized in Accra. Here's Ebenezer Sabuti's report.
With less than a month to the implementation of the Continental Free Trade Agreement, small and medium-scale enterprises are positioning themselves to reap the full benefit. According to a director at the Multilateral and Regional Trade Department of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, government is prepared to provide all the necessary support for micro businesses to penetrate the other African markets. The support includes development of flexible capital schemes and an establishment of a regulatory body to manage operations of all micro, small and medium enterprises to have better understanding of the various trade conventions in the agreement.
It is very obvious that we have a lot of institutions doing different things which are all linked to SME development. But we need to have a policy that is national in character to support all the institutions. So that becomes the barometer to measure that we have this list of institutions, this is the problems they have.
That's all in business for now. There will be more business at midday. My name is Emmanuel Apwanji. Have a good morning.